Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby.
So you've been watching Twilight Zone Marathon? Do
Every
you start from the beginning? Or is it on Netflix where they have it all
it's-
fucking out of order?
Sci-Fi? They have it on-
Sci-Fi
they have-
channel?
Yeah, they have it on Sci-Fi.
So you're watching with commercials and shit?
Yeah. In other words, it's a tradition that's slowly fading away.
What,
And I'll
the
need to-
marathons?
Yeah, I'll
on-
need to manage it myself because that used to be the only avenue to watch some friggin' Twilight Zone.
Don't you have Netflix?
Yeah, I have Netflix.
I'm pretty sure Netflix
I know,
has
I have-
Twilight Zone.
I have Netflix.
Why are you marathoning things with normal commercials on TV? Are you
Because
like a
they
channel
assort it.
surfer? Do you still channel surf? Is
I
that
don't even
what
have a
you do?
TV anymore.
Do you have a TV guide?
I don't even have a TV anymore.
Well, how are you watching it on Sci-Fi Channel?
I haven't watched it this year.
Wow.
That was all last year.
Did you have a TV guide? Do you think people still own TV guides? Have you seen
Possibly.
anybody own a TV guide? Because
I
now
mean,
don't
in
almost
theory.
everybody have like their TV guides like on their TV now, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how it works for?
Yeah, but you have to push buttons and all that shit. Who wants to do that?
Oh, instead you should go out and buy a book and read
Yeah,
it.
buy a book and read it. It's underestimated.
I don't think anybody in our culture is doing that anymore.
Oops. Sorry.
Actually, I saw something about millennials are actually increasing the amount of book sales, like bought books. Whether or not they're reading them
yeah, I
is
was about
another
to say
story.
they might have bought some books, but you know,
I personally-
consumerism's still a pretty big deal around here.
I personally really like audiobooks. I don't know. When I sit down to read a book, it has to be very engaging, or I get so distracted. I cannot sit down and read a book.
They just become lines after a while.
Yeah, my mind wanders so easily. It's when I'm reading.
Are you saying you're a millennial? Is that what it is?
Are you saying you grew up with the internet and
Are
computers
you saying you're not in the exact same boat that I am?
and have a short attention span? How'd that happen? For real though, if a book's engaging enough, I can focus on it. But it's very rare to get a book like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Game of Thrones was good enough to keep me engaged. But I was very invested in the characters.
For however many books it was.
No, I only read the first one.
Oh, okay. I was about to say.
Because then I was like, well, there's a TV show. Why do I need to read the other ones?
So you can criticize a TV show and how it's not book accurate. That's how you go and look at all the Heroclix that have been created, and you look at them and you're like, they're not even remotely comic accurate. This is bullshit. So now these days with all the
You played Heroclix for a while?
yeah,
That's a great game.
I used to be a very
Was that your go-to?
that was my
game?
go-to game.
Oh.
8th grade.
So I was a Magic player. You were a Heroclix player.
Yeah, the very first time I went to Darts USA. It's Livingston Avenue, very local game shop.
Darts
USA? Yeah, it's closed. It's closed.
Oh,
It
okay.
was closed that year. It was eighth grade. I was in eighth grade.
8th grade? Damn.
2000.
How long did you
Four or
play
something.
Heroclix for? Those are really
Probably
good miniatures.
a decade before
Yeah.
everything got ridiculously complicated.
Do you still have a bunch?
Oh,
Or did
yeah.
you sell?
Oh, no.
Oh, you still have the
No,
collection?
I still have the
Oh,
there's a whole wall of Tupperware full of just about every set you can think of.
Have you not
recent.
played recently?
No. Because
Dude, we need to play.
here's what I'm getting to. So the first thing was my very first experience with Heroclix.
Yeah.
I pulled a KC Superman from the Unleashed set.
Uh-huh.
That was
That was one of
his
the big
nickname
rares.
his nickname was C Note. because he was worth.
Yeah,
C-notes.
C-note. I gotcha.
And I pulled 2 of them from one
From
one
the
booster.
same booster?
Oh yeah,
That's why boosters are so addictive, man.
that never happened again.
That's the same thing with Magic. Like, you open that one pack and there's that one rare that everybody's looking for. Like,
Yeah, and the
now I'm going to spend $200 and it won't happen again.
And the best part about it is that you have that reputation now, where everybody thinks you're lucky. After that, I haven't pulled shit. Nothing's been worth it.
Open my packs. You know, all these penny rares.
Yeah, so I mean, back then, they all just had. It was very simple. The system they had was, you got powers, you got colors and powers and stuff. Look at the reference card, then you eventually memorize it and you could play it. Let's build a team real quick. Now you got all the cards. They're trying to be so comic accurate that now they have these cards that have a whole page wide, page long.
That's what actually got me out of it, is because it became like you couldn't know what other people are doing, because you'd have to read every single one of their cards.
Exactly.
It's like there's too much.
It's like it used to be when they released feats and stuff. Feats have their own description, and you can assign them to characters and such. It'd be I'm like, spend half the game saying, "Hey, can I see that card? I want to see what it does. I'm gonna make sure you actually are able to do what you were doing." Oh no, that's bullshit. But now you don't just do it on feats. You have to do it on every single card.
On every single thing they do.
It's too convoluted. I understand what they're trying to go for, but
that's
it's ridiculous.
my exact problem with Heroclix. I really liked it when it was just a reference card. Okay, if there's a red thing here, they have this power. If there's a blue thing here, they have this power.
But the whole point was that it was supposed to be pick up and play.
Yeah.
Now it's pick up. Heck, we were just talking about us having short ass attention span.
We don't have time for this.
What this is. Yeah, getting
I don't have time for this. Yeah, in a miniatures game, it really bogs the game down, though, when you have to stop, go, okay, can I read your card? I need to see how this actually works.
Yeah.
But when you have that for the 10 abilities that a card has, or 8 to 10 abilities, that's way too...
Yeah, of course, a game as tactical as Heroclix can be.
Yeah. And so you'd have to
you
check
absolutely
every
need to
single
check
time
everything.
you're doing something. I have like 4 Heroclix still somewhere in my collection, but I have them because they're my brother's, so I couldn't sell them. But it's the Joker, the one that's like he's up against the wall. It's like a really big Joker.
Yeah, I got that.
And he has the one where he's like doing the bow with the bang.
Limited edition.
Yeah.
That's a limited edition one. I have that on my computer desk at home.
Yeah, it's a good.
I got a Luke Skywalker figure from Star Wars Miniatures, where he's got his hand extended like that. Just have him standing right next to Joker, choking him out.
What was the other one? It's crap. It's like a girl, and she has like she's a clone, like she can clone herself. And so the Heroclix is actually like 6 of her, and so you can move them all on her turn.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't know
that was a cool figure, because the figure was, her power was, I have 6 figures. Like, you can move all of me.
Dang, that must have been a recent set. Relatively recent.
Yeah, I got into Heroclix towards the end of what you're talking about, where it was just like a reference card, and then like right in that transition point of when they went to the cards. So it was like I was more used to the cards, and that annoyed the crap out of me.
Yeah, that must mean about 2007 or 8.
I don't know. I wasn't like heavy into it. It was just more of a casual thing for me. Here's what got me into Heroclix. I went to a thrift store, just looking around, and I saw this giant box of all these figures, and I was like, "What's that? What's that going on over there?" And it had like $100 on it. I was like, "Whoa! Whoa. And I asked the guy that I knew owned the shop, because this is Shelby, so I knew who owns the shop. I was like, "Would you take $75 for that?" And he thought, and like, "Ooh, I don't know. I wouldn't really get too much profit off of that." And I was like, "Well, all I have is $75, so that's all I can." He's like, "All right, I'll sell it to you."
Oh wow!
So I got like a whole box of Heroclix for $75, not realizing how much they were actually worth. I ended up selling like half of that collection for $200.
They're way more expensive than
Yeah.
that.
I somehow got lucky with Heroclix, because the other time I got a big, massive collection, I was just browsing Craigslist, and some lady had like a collection of figures, $50, and I looked at it and I was like, figures? I was looking close. I think those are all Heroclix. Like, that's a collection of Heroclix. So I messaged her like, yeah, I'll definitely buy those. Like, I got those. And when I met her in the parking lot, she told me, she's like, yeah, my husband and I just got a divorce. I don't really know what these are, so I'm just getting rid of them. I'm like, yeah.
I'll take them. These little toys, they're worth nothing.
Yeah, there's like at least a few in there that were worth $50 alone. Yeah, I'll take those off your hand. No worries.
You must have gotten some Chase figures inside of that box.
Oh yeah, that was.
Oh my god!
This guy was. It was literally like a fishing tackle box filled with Heroclix and like the markers and everything. It's like, how did this guy not just take that?
If you're gonna cut off a relationship, make sure you take your shit.
Yeah, take your valuables. Cause that was definitely a valuable collection.
You know, both of them lost in that one because they lost out on some big returns there.
Yeah, well, I don't think the lady would have known how to sell those individually.
Definitely, but the potential was there.
Yeah.
Had somebody been the one to point it out for her.
Yep. Did you never get into Magic? Deep into Magic?
It all stems off my brother. He spends a ton of money on this
deep
stuff.
in Magic.
He got all the Heroclix. That's all his Tupperware.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got a ton of Magic.
So he snowballed from Heroclix into Magic.
Yeah, we also played some Magic. Not very much.
No? But he does.
He did play a lot of it. I had one deck that I liked using a lot. It was this rat deck.
A rat deck? Rat decks are fun.
That was fun because they just I can't remember any details, but they just kept cloning each other, and then they keep adding on to each other's strengths and shit like that. And
Relentless Rats. That's
that one.
You had a Relentless. That's how much Magic I played. I knew exactly what you're talking about. Relentless Rat deck. So you're just like cloning it. Oh no, the Relentless Rat. You could have any amount in your deck.
Yeah, and it was all rats.
So you literally just had a rat deck full of Relentless Rats.
Shit full of rats. Yep.
Well, you should have had the card, you should have made it black-blue and had cards like Clone, where you like clone the card, like you make little tokens of the Relentless Rats.
Oh, God.
Just literally.
There was something like that.
Yeah, I would assume if you're making a Relentless.
That ain't blue in it. I would show you one day. Cause I still have it. I still have a crap ton of Magic.
I got a Magic Cube that I made.
A what?
A Magic Cube. Have you never played a cube?
No.
So a cube is like a collection of Magic cards, like 100 or 5. Mine's like, I think 500 cube.
Okay.
And then like you put those into packs, like 15 card packs is sort of like as if you would if you went to a tournament.
Uh-oh.
And then you draft those packs and make your own deck out.
Oh, God. I saw where that was going.
Yeah, it's basically like, so you don't have to buy packs to draft.
It's basically a sealed event.
Yeah, sort of.
The thing with that is, how do you get to the point where you actually have a functional deck after all you drafted? I mean,
you got to put effort into making your cube. You don't just throw cards in there.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like there's 25 white cards, there's 25 black cards, there's 25 red cards, there's 25 green cards, and that's why you draft the cards.
Oh.
So you draft your deck. So as you're drafting it, you're kind of getting an idea of what kind of deck you're building.
Okay. So.
But I went on like a Wish, which is sort of like Alibaba, and I got like Magic proxies, which are basically Magic fakes. So there's like a Black Lotus in there and like Time Walk and shit that's like outrageously powerful.
Okay.
So it's a lot of people that build cubes, they'll do stuff like that. Is they'll buy like those Magic proxies and make an outrageous deck.
I kind of lost Magic proxies.
Magic proxy. It's another way of saying Chinese fakes.
Oh, okay.
It's like, it looks like a Magic card, it feels like a Magic card, but it was made in a factory in China that isn't supposed to be making Magic cards.
Oh, that's why you brought up Alibaba then.
Yeah.
What, so would it be immediately banned or something, or
yeah, in like a high level tournament.
You lay it down and be like, look at that.
If they check cards, I don't know if they do, Because, like, these are pretty good fakes. A lot of them are pretty good fakes. I don't know if they actually... Somebody would have to, like, look across the table maybe and be like, that looks like a fake card.
Standard card stock. It's kind of easy
some
to
of
mimic,
them,
isn't it?
So there's, like, some I bought where I'm like, okay, these are obviously fakes. Like, when you feel the card and the thickness and everything's different. And, like, it's kind of faded looking, like whitewashed. But then there's others where it's like, I would never... Like, I've played Magic for 15 years. I would never know the difference. If somebody was playing this card, I would think this is an actual Black Lotus. Like, there's no way I would have been able to tell. So it's like a very big mixed bag. I guess it depends on, like, which company you buy it from, for how well they do the fakes. But there's some of them like, damn, like, this is spot on. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah. Shoot. Somebody get one of those fakes and sell them off. Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I wanted it for my cube, and it's like, let's say it's like $12 for, like, Power 9 cards, like a whole set of them. So Power 9 cards, you're talking like your Ancestral Recall, where it's like 1 blue magic, draw 3 cards, or Time Walk, where it's like 2 to take a whole nother turn.
What?
Yeah, 2 mana, take another turn.
I'm not surprised. Though.
Yeah, those are like Black Lotus. I think is. I'm actually curious of how much a Black Lotus is right now.
Yeah, they have pretty much. Well, it's been around long enough that they have pretty much every ability that you could probably think of.
Yeah. No, not
oh,
what
really?
you could think of. That's the whole. That's why Magic is one of the best games ever made, is because it's endlessly.
Holy shit!
What?
Am I looking at this right? This is Magic the Gthering Black Lotus Beta. 29,976.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. That's how much an actual Black Lotus costs.
That actually scared the shit. That actually scared the shit out of me. My heart kind of just fell right there. Was it?
See, mine cost about like $2 or $3.
I'll get on Alibaba right now.
My play is just to say, yeah, but if you were like to try and sell a Black Lotus, people are going to like make sure, you know, if they're spending $29,000, they're gonna hire somebody to take a look at it and be like, is this a real Black Lotus?
Oh my god, I can't believe that.
Well, I told you.
I can believe it, but at the same time,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Oh my god.
Well, where'd you look it up? Because I got one on eBay that's only going for $4,000.
I looked up.
Then again, I have buy it nows that are $12,000.
I looked it up on Google. So the very first thing came up was
like a beat up Black Lotus.
Hobby Chimp and Cool Stuff Inc. Cool Stuff Inc. has it for $15,000. Pretty cheap.
Cool Stuff Inc.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would have those.
I'm scared to look at it. I'll put that away.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Oh my god.
Apparently, which this makes sense, if it's the black bordered alpha, it's worth more. White bordered is worth less.
They're going off historical significance too, aren't they?
No,
alpha, beta?
Yeah, but also Magic players just prefer the black bordered on their cards.
Oh, I see.
So, anytime there's a white bordered or black bordered, people are going to prefer the black border.
Oh, okay.
Because the editions, like the yearly editions, like 7th edition, 8th edition, those used to be white bordered, but they changed them to black bordered on the outside because Magic players don't like the white borders because they stick out.
Yeah, it's definitely not homogenous. I'd say if an alpha or beta go for that much, more than an in production card.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine how much the sketches would be?
A sketch of the Black Lotus? Like, if you got the original sketch...
The original sketch?
The original artwork for a Black Lotus. Yeah, I don't know. That's got to be worth a ridiculous amount. Oh, ridiculous.
That'd be a
Porsche. I wonder if
Porsche.
it's Black Lotus original...
I hope that's not a thing.
Why can't I spell original? Original sketch. Well, sketch or art. Probably be art. Yeah, I don't think it... That's how rare that one is. You can't even find that.
Probably have better luck searching eBay for the guy's house.
Exactly.
Rather than finding the actual sketch. But I imagine that'd be about given
wow.
Huh?
Here's one signed by the author out of 100. 15,000. 1,500.
There's one.
And that's not the original. That's just one the original artist did and signed. So think of if that's worth $1,500, the original might be worth way more than the after card. I love when people do this. Have you seen these extended art cards?
Mm-hmm.
Those are so cool.
Oh.
They'll take like a Magic card and they'll extend the art all the way out past the borders.
Kind of like the Pokemon, their little full art cards.
Yeah. Did you see the new set? What they're doing with that? They're doing something really cool with this new set.
What are they doing?
Shit. It's Egyptian themed, and there's like. Did you play Magic when they started the Mythic Rares?
I don't know when that started. Actually, I don't know what sets we got, so it's
Really?
probably not.
They started doing this. Well, there's like random super rares that have like a completely Egyptian-looking background and everything.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, wait, even the text was...
Yeah, everything's completely changed. But those are... Like, mythic rares are 1 in every 8 packs should have a mythic rare.
Mm.
These are probably... like I don't know what the rarity of those, but it's probably like 1 in every 16 packs will contain one of those.
That, let's say... So you'd have to be able to read hieroglyphics to
yeah.
use that card. It's pretty...
Did you say your brother does still play?
No, he doesn't play anymore.
Well, at some point in time at Jesse's, we're going to have to play a cube. Because this is going to be so fun.
But you need a different table for that, right? There's
table?
a different table for Magic, and then the rest of the games
We
have another table.
gotta throw out our Magic table. They're specific. This is for Magic the Gathering only.
Well, yeah. Did you see Ed's layout on Facebook?
What?
He had a picture.
Oh, yeah.
Way back.
Again. What was that table pick for Magic and other games? Is that what
He's got a room layout.
layout,
You
that's
get
right.
board games and then Magic.
Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, it's not gonna come out.
Yeah, no way.
That was a funny picture. That was how my Magic used to be. I've sold my Magic collection twice throughout the years. That's how many. Like, I'll sell it, and then I ended up buying more Magic, and then I sold it again.
Oh, holy shit!
Yeah, my Magic collection funded half of the board games here.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I played way too much Magic. Way too much. It's way too much.
when you sell them, you have to use those big ass long white boxes.
Yep.
Stacks of them. You have to you use a trailer, the bungee cables.
Yeah, I just posted a picture on Facebook with my cat Drogo in one of those boxes. I used to have so many of these. I still have too many of these. Just like that, like those boxes, those white boxes with like the 4 columns.
Yeah, we got one. We got only one of those, and it holds up a lot of our cards.
You got one of those.
We got one of those,
Just one?
except it's stacked about five wide.
Oh, okay. 5 wide.
Let's see, 4 or
5 columns.
5 is 5 by 5. So it's got
5 by
5 boxes. It's got 5 boxes on each row, and there's 5 rows.
Oh, you have a 5 by 5 of those?
Yeah.
Of Magic cards?
Uh huh.
Damn.
Yeah. So a lot of them Magic cards. Some of them Yu-Gi-Oh. Some of them Pokemon.
Okay.
The very short-lived Naruto card game. Hopefully short-lived. That game was terrible.
What game was it?
Naruto card game.
I never.
It was terrible. Don't worry about it.
There was that CCG boom in the 90s where like all these games came out.
Well, this was late 2000s, and I think there's still
wow, late 2000s kind of holding on then.
Did it taper off? Was it late? Yeah, it was about maybe mid.
Did you get heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon? I never really
Pokemon,
got into either of those.
A little bit on Pokemon, only because my nephew played a lot of Pokemon. Played Yu-Gi-Oh. We were pretty heavy into Yu-Gi-Oh. Except now it's got the Heroclix syndrome, and that every single one friggin' card has this tiny text now in the same size square. Tiny text.
Those Yu-Gi-Oh cards are already small text.
Yeah. It's even
way
tinier.
too small.
It's even tinier.
Do they
And
do
then
the rotation set rotation like Magic does?
Set rotation meaning?
Like, only there's like what's called standard, where only the last 3 sets are legal in tournaments.
Yeah.
Okay. Because that's the problem
That's
with
what I would imagine
every
they'd be doing.
CCG or every collectible game like Heroclix is power creep. So every set, they have to do something new.
Oh, yeah.
And every set, that means they have to make things slightly more powerful. So every new set, things get slightly more powerful until it's like everything's way more powerful than original sets.
The thing I like that they do with Heroclix is that they organize it into ages. So golden age is the very old, old.
Yeah,
Everything basically
okay,
retired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Silver will be close to retirement, and then whatever the modern one is.
Yeah,
they have
that's
a bunch of modern sets, and thankfully it's not just the last 3. It's got a pretty wide range of sets.
Well,
that's
Magic's so old they have to do it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, Magic has that similar thing, but it's just called something different. It's like Legacy or something like that. Is like everything is legal, like everything ever made. Except there are ban lists for certain things, and then there's like Extended, which is like it goes pretty far back, and then there's Standard, which is just the past 3 sets.
Yeah,
but it's called Standard because that's what most people play.
Yeah, I'm sure Yu-Gi-Oh has a very similar setup to that.
Yeah. But that's why CCGs are so hard to keep up with. It's like,
Well, yeah.
I got to spend all my time and money and effort into this game if I want to keep up. If I want to be competitive.
Well, they're being nice in that they only limit it to the last 3 sets that are tournament legal, because if you go.
But the last 3 sets in Magic is like the last 3 months. Like that's how quick Magic rotates. Like it's only like the last.
They release a set every month?
Yeah.
Holy shit!
I think
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm like 99% sure a Magic is every month. If it's not, it's every 2 months.
You might want to make sure this podcast stays on. You're required to reset.
Do they release Magic the Gathering sets? I'm pretty sure it's monthly, dude.
If it's monthly, that's insane.
Yeah.
And they're still being nice to you in that they limit your selection a little bit, but I'm sure these sets are humongous.
Well, you know what? I know the easiest way. You just Wikipedia Magic the Gathering and see the release dates of all the sets.
Yeah. Because the thing is...
I really like the theme of the new one, though, because it's Egyptian. So one of the things they have are cats. And so you can have a cat deck. Yeah!
Of course you can.
I'm totally... I'm like in it, man. I want to get a cat deck. That's the problem. I'm more of a casual player. Like, I like just funny things. Like, I've played competitively for a while, but it's not as fun for me.
Well, yeah, because
I like
I'm
doing
sure
the Dipos
I'm
thing.
sure they limit the meta.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's just if you're trying to play competitively, a cat deck is not going to be competitive. I can guarantee you.
I guess I ain't nothing to meow at.
Standard. Why isn't it just a release of sets? Where's this?
Luck versus skill. The thing I have, the gripe I have all these card games is only because I could never find a mentality for it. Is the whole is building a deck.
That's the funnest part to me.
I know, but it gets to the point where you have all these cards, and then you have to you either have to know exactly what they do or try to study them and basically study every single card. It's so time consuming.
No, that's why I said.
That's why it's a miracle that somebody came up with deck building.
With any of them, it's time consuming and costs too much money.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have exaggerated. Let me see.
Thank God.
Let's see. Pre-release.
There's no
date,
friggin' way
release
that
date.
they did it every month.
To me, that would not be that outrageous. It looks like it's every 3 months. Yeah, it's every 3 months they release a set.
Yeah, I mean they gotta give some time for a set to be played in tournaments.
Yeah, that's true. Amonkhet, which is the Egyptian one, just came out in April. And then Hours of Devastation will come out this July. So in 2 weeks.
This has been 20 plus years of Magic, and it took them this long to do something Egyptian themed?
No, they've always had Egyptian themed cards, but a whole set Egyptian themed, I don't think they ever have. Yeah, I don't think. That's actually a good question. I don't think they ever have had an Egyptian theme. At least not this heavy-handed Egyptian theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they've kept.
Well, they've the very first set was Arabian Nights, so they did that. Fallen Empires. Yeah, I don't think they ever have. That's actually, it is kind of shocking they don't have a Egyptian theme.
While Yu-Gi-Oh is its whole backstory is Egyptian.
Oh,
themed.
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the whole Exodia crap.
What is the story of Yu-Gi-Oh? What's the story behind it? Because Magic has like you're a planeswalker, and you're going through all these different planes, summoning these creatures and spells to fight the other planeswalkers. What's the actual story behind Yu-Gi-Oh?
The actual story behind Yu-Gi-Oh is you're as far as I know it, because I don't know it very well. You're a dirtbag anime kid.
You're a dirtbag anime. Oh no, is it like Pokemon? You're a dirtbag anime kid.
Yeah, just like Pokemon. You have ridiculously spiky hair. That's beside the point.
All the Asian ones have to have you're this kid, and because they have to have the show to go with the CCG.
And you have to have the power to influence everything and kill everything.
Okay, so you're a dirtbag kid, and what's going on with the storyline here?
You're apparently in some kind of power struggle with other duelists of some sort who are also young dirtbag kids, anime kids. You have little dual disc and crap like that.
Dual discs?
Yeah, the little thing to go around their arm, and
I don't know what you're talking about. What's a
you've
dual
never
disc?
You've never seen a show.
No. I got the computer right here. Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual disc.
If you've never seen it, you'd probably want to hold one now.
Oh, let me see. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What? Okay, so it's
every single character has that.
A contraption that you can put on your hand, basically, and then it spreads out and has 5 slots for cards, I assume. It looks like it shoots cards at people. That's what
it shoots cards out of a slot, so you can put it onto.
Look at this kid.
Oh dear God! Yep.
This is outrageous. What you just told me. I can't handle this. I can't handle this. What? So wait.
This is a thing.
What's the storyline behind these?
How can I summarize? Oh, I'm not. This is not a summarization. This is the story as I know it. You're just trying to be the best thing whoever was. That's it. That's all it is.
Are you trying to be the best dueler?
Yeah, that's it.
Well, what's the dueling mean? Oh my God!
Okay,
can't handle this.
Okay, you're looking at cosplay. Of course, you're going to be outraged.
But that is a good representation of what a duel.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever made.
Thing.
I don't think they've ever made an official one, or they might have, but it's all ridiculously expensive.
I don't get what's the story. Why are you putting cards into this contraption? It looks like you're supposed to shoot the cards at people, but I know that's not it. That can't be.
Well,
right.
No, when you lay it down, the thing on the card actually spawns.
Oh, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like if you put the card in your dual disc.
Yeah, I don't think it has a. There's set fields.
That's how you. But you can only have 5.
You can apparently.
Is that how it is in Yu-Gi-Oh? That's how many they had here.
Yeah, that must be a card limit. I don't remember.
I want to go to a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament and actually have one of those and put my deck in there.
I'd also like to ask them what the story is because I apparently don't know what it is.
Well, let me see. Let me see if. Let's see if Google can help us a little bit on what the quote-unquote storyline is behind Yu-Gi-Oh.
So everything's Egyptian themed, at least with the originals.
I did not know it was an Egyptian based.
Yeah, the Exodia is this big, monster that you can summon. But each of its cards are in body parts.
All right, here's the storyline. The plot follows the story of a boy named Yugi Muto who solves the ancient Millennium Puzzle. Yugi awakens a gambling alter ego within his body that solves his conflicts using various games. I don't think that helped us. Not at all.
No, what,
I think that raised
there
way more
else?
questions than it answered. No, that was the summation.
Well, the thing is, I grew up...
Oh, here's plot. A timid young boy who loves all sorts of games is awfully bullied. One day he solves an ancient puzzle, Egyptian, known as the Millennium Puzzle. It causes his body to play a host to a mysterious spirit with the personality of a gambler. From that moment onwards, whenever Yugi or one of his friends is threatened by those with darkness in their hearts, Yugi shows himself and challenges them to dangerous shadow games, which reveal the true natures of someone's heart. The loser of these contests often being subjected to a dark punishment called penalty game. Whether it be cards, dice, or role-playing games, he will take on challenge. Oh, they set it up so they can do all kinds of games within this anime series. Or role-playing games, he will take on the challenge from anyone, anywhere. As the series progresses, Yugi and his friends learn that this person inside this puzzle actually the spirit of a nameless pharaoh in ancient Egyptian times. So they literally created this anime series of this, and they purposely made it so he has to play games to do things, to like challenge people, which set them up to make all these different kinds of games based on this series. And also gave them the most ridiculous plot I think I have ever read.
Definitely.
Shadow games.
It's definitely a setup that can open up just about anything, but at the same time, it didn't. It just opened up Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, it just made Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, I don't know. There might be other games based on this that you just don't care about, or they're not Americanized enough for people to care.
You know, I grew up on this.
Yeah,
and I believe.
Are there no Yu-Gi-Oh!
I did not realize how
card
much
games or dice games or role-playing games that you've ever played?
No. Well,
have you solved the Millennium Puzzle?
No, but that's beside the point. There's been many. Technically, there's been many very. They tried to branch out with the video games. Like they actually. Early on, they steered away from trying to make a completely rule accurate representation of Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game.
What do you mean?
On video games when they released video games.
Uh-huh.
They actually made their own games. Like one was actually a dice game.
So there's like video game changes.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So there was that, but I'm pretty sure that was not. That was not stemming from this story. I think that was just them being bored with the idea and not being able to replicate that on the PlayStation.
It's kind of obvious that they literally just came up with a show that they purposely made it so they could make merchandise off of it. Then it's also a question of which came first, the game or the show. Do you know?
I do not.
See, I think the Magic the Gthering is a little more simple. There's just planeswalkers that walk to different, what are basically universes, and they summon creatures to fight each other.
So when did that story come out?
I think that came later.
Okay, I was about to say, because they started making those actual planeswalker cards. Right?
Yeah, you were always supposed to be a planeswalker.
Yeah.
And that's why they never thought they were going to make a planeswalker card, because you are the planeswalker. So when they came out with the planeswalkers, they represented as like an alliance with you.
So now you're an alter ego? So
no, that's like an alliance you have with that planeswalker.
Okay. I see.
That's why what you put on there is called loyalty counters, because that's how loyal the planeswalker is to you. And that's why he eventually goes away, because if you use up all the loyalty, he's no longer loyal to you.
Okay. Well, that makes a modicum of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot more than Yu-Gi-Oh's story there.
A lot more than you're trying to find the true heart of people.
Well,
Joker's a true podcaster, by the way.
Apparently, isn't said a word.
No, he's just there.
He's just floating around.
You got something hanging from your butt, bud.
Oh dear. Yeah, that appears to be.
It looks like a stick or something. It's not a dingleberry.
Oh, it's not a diddly do.
Diddly do. Not a
While we're in
diddly
the arena of making things up,
do. Alright.
like the Yu-Gi-Oh story.
That's a good spot to end it. I didn't realize Yu-Gi-Oh was so outrageous in their plot of why they're doing that. That's so ridiculous. I can't even handle that. At least Pokemon has a somewhat decent plot.
And that there is a plot.
Yeah. Yeah, let me rephrase that. At least Pokemon has a plot.